Hello and welcome back to RotaryCraft. So I'm going to look at the gearbox today. Wow, there are a lot of them. Yeah, you can see there's this damage value here, and what the damage value I think is to do with you need to use this. Yeah, you actually need to put that in the gear. But I won't bother with that, I guess. I think it still works anyway. Is that what it's called? What else is there? Gear units. I guess this must be what they consist of. I guess we'll may as well just take a diamond one. Probably bedrock. I think bedrock one's probably better, but they may have different properties. The bedrock one. I think diamond one's probably going to be the same. So I've got the diamond gearbox. So let's carry on, I guess. And what this does is, yeah, it's going to change the stuff. So let's just, so we'll look at where it is here. All right, carry on through here. And then we're going to put the gear down, I think. So this is a 2-to-1 gearbox. And there's two different modes. You can see it's got, let's just get the bucket out. Let's see it. Where is it? Yeah. All right. This is the interface here. Oh, that filled up quickly. That means that the damage is not going to be taking much. I wonder if I can. No, you can change it just by you have to use the. So I think that's actually changed it, even though it didn't look like I did anything, but yeah, it has. So we're going to see what that's actually done. Oh wait a minute! Did I just put down 2 in a row? I did, didn't I? All right, I'll just put down another thing here then. All right. So I guess we're going to want to see what's coming through. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here. We'll see though. I don't know if I can change it in the middle of it going as well. Not much from the looks of it. Oh wait, no, something has changed. The torque. The torque and the speed is now faster. Wow, that wasn't a very good reading of the thing. So when it's in speed mode, the speed goes up. Let's change the mode then. I guess what's going to happen. We'll see. Alright, so basically when it's in torque mode, the torque doubles and the speed halves. When it's in speed mode, torque halves and the speed doubles. Alright, so let's just get this. Alright, so speed is, when it's in speed mode, it's going to go for the highest speed, and it's going to take the original speed and divide it by the number on the first number in the gearbox. Alright, so let's get the other ones out then and just look at this again. Damn it. I don't know why it sometimes doesn't come up properly, this thing. Alright, so we'll take. Yeah, we're just going to take all the things here at the moment. Yeah, I don't think I particularly need to do. You see, let me just take. See, I bet if I take something like this is going to just blow up straight away. Let's try this one. I bet this is going to suffer a lot of damage. See, it's already on 2% damage. It's already starting to blow up. Oh, it blew up in about 5 seconds. Oh, there we go. Well, I guess that was going to happen. It doesn't blow up like the Buildcraft stuff, but it does still blow up a little bit. But I wonder if a diamond one is good enough to handle this. Yeah, let me just get it here in project slot. Oh yeah, they got the jetpacks as well. These are all using all the liquids from a lot of different places actually. The base, I think it's just thermal expansion and RotaryCraft, the liquids that are there. And there's quite a lot of this I believe is quite useful, this thing. So minimum power and minimum torque. So at the moment I'm getting 1 kilowatt of power, so that's 260 times more popular, that compactor. The compactor I think is the thing you want to get though. I think it works a bit like the cold chunk thing. And there's also one which works like there's also a thing with mirrors that works like the stuff from factorization as well. I mean, and that's kind of what I think is going on with this this mod. I mean, this you would think it's, I mean, I don't know. I wonder if that's like MFF. It's probably not the same. It might be though. We'll see though. I guess it's different. If you focus on one particular thing, then it's probably, you would think you're gonna be able to get slightly, I don't know, you're gonna be able to do better with it if you focus on one thing. That's a feeling. But whether, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll focus on a lot of different things, but whether this stuff is useful, you know, terraforming, that's obviously an old industrial craft machine, sorting machine. You know, you could basically, for a lot of these different things, you can think of other mods which have featured them. And whether this is a fully unified system that, I mean, whether this is actually even possible to do this without like losing sort of the character of it, I'm not entirely certain. But it might be. It may well be. Really? That's that is pretty strange. So they're all the different types of engine, yeah. Because basically, one of the things I wanted to do was get into wind power and water power. And I think there's, yeah, this one must be water. No, where's the water one then? That one, I guess. Yeah. So these are all the things we're looking at in the gearboxes. Then we're also going to have the flywheels. Here's all the things you use in the extractor, which is a similar process to the that thing in Mechanism I did. Mechanism Part 4. And that's, yeah, that's basically about it, I guess. And there's various yeah, platinum, I believe, is which, if you recall, was that was how platinum was actually in the original Universal Electricity. Anyway, what was I doing with this? So we'll put this down. Yeah, no, we won't put that down because that's pretty fucking useless. Alright. Alright, let's just get back into this. So we want to get the gears here. So we want, say we get a let's see where this one will work. The diamond, which is 16 to 1. Well, the speed's gone down by 16 times. The torque was getting damaged pretty fast. Let's try it in speed mode. You see, the thing is, right, is that, and it's something that obviously, of course, I noticed that when you do this, see, it's like that. And it takes quite a long time for it to completely slow down. So that's already got a lot of damage here. In speed mode, no, it doesn't seem to work in speed mode. You can see the sparks coming off it, it's not enjoying it. It's changing to that. I mean, I guess. The thing is, I'm not actually sure. I guess you need to do more to get better power. You need to have a better engine here. So really, if you've only got these small numbers to work with, you're not going to be able to produce, you know, something very fast or something with a lot of torque because the numbers are too small anyway. But yeah. So. Damn it, that's so annoying that. Because that is what it's called. Oh, no, well, I guess I can do that. Yeah, there we go. Let's try a steel one. So we'll go for a steel. We'll just try some of the lower ones, I think. I suppose what we could do. So that was 8. That was a. This was a 2 to 1. It must be, right? Yeah. I guess we should stop it from getting any damage. It does seem to get a lot of damage. All of them, really. Oh wow, that didn't do much. It's pretty useless. So actually it looks like some power is lost. So what did the diamond 2 to 1 do here? I guess it's to do with the tensile strength of this stuff, isn't it? Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, at this point, I'm not sure if I'm that concerned about that, you know, because really you got to say, well, as long as it fucking works. You know, I can easily just. I wonder if we can use the magic wand on this stuff, because it seems that just stops it from taking any damage. Damn it. Oh, I can still look though. Let's try the magic wand. Wait a minute, the magic wand actually works. That actually has better information than this, doesn't it? Not hugely. I bet it doesn't fill it up either. No. Alright, that doesn't seem to work. And I am in creative. Alright, one more thing I want to try then. There's also this, the rotational dynamo. What does this do? What has this got an interface? It doesn't. That's the thing, if you want to link it up with because in a sense, it'd probably be easier if I just get all the things for thermal expansion. Where I've done it many times with like the creative energy cell and stuff like that. But I will see. All right, let me just see what happens here. This is kind of interesting. How did I manage to do it before then? Well, I suppose as long as it's got enough, it doesn't matter. Let's have a look at the info then. Reduction increases to. Oh, okay. Acceleration is the opposite. Oh, okay. So it's a different speed. All right. So the torque is the deciding factor in a sense. It's the one which. So the torque is like independent, and the speed is more dependent on the torque. So what is this actually? Reduction increases the torque. So this must be a reduction gear then. And then when we shift click it, this is an acceleration, yeah, because the speed goes up. So where was that again? Let's get that again. Alright, so yeah, so basically this is a reduction gearbox here because the torque is increasing, and there's also some loss as well. And this is an acceleration because the torque is decreasing and the speed is increasing. Yeah, that makes sense. And of course there's different amounts of damage that it takes. And if we do take the diamond one, for instance, so just trying to compare and look at the different ones. We do take the diamond one. They all seem to lose that. So anything, yeah. They basically seem to lose one torque. Almost automatically, even the diamond one does. Torque is still dropping here, so the overall power is dropping. I wonder what this steel one actually did there. So I'll use the steel one purely because it's a good comparison, I guess. Oh, actually, I might use the stone one actually. because it probably won't completely screw up straight away, but it will give me enough time to actually see what's going on. So we should see this really drastically. Or maybe it's going to go slow. I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, the diamond one is definitely screwing up faster than this. The damage looks to be about the same rate though. But there we go. Maybe it's not slower. Doesn't seem to be any slower. But yeah, see here, it's already it's lost a lot here. That's the thing. You can't say. Well, you could say it's at half the power. So the same torque, it's going at half the power and half the speed. But now what's going to happen? Is this torque going to continue to decrease? So hello. Yes, it is. Different phase. Okay. So yeah, I mean, of course, I'm going to keep on looking at these gearboxes. But I think it kind of, you know, the main thing really is that you got two types of gear, which is going to affect the relationship between torque and speed. The dependent factor will be the torque. Yes, torque is either going to increase or decrease, and then yeah. So if the torque decreases, then you'd think the speed will be higher. But of course, both these things are going to yeah. Well, I mean, the speed will always be constant. But both the torque and the power are going to decrease basically to nothing until the thing blows up. So yeah. And yeah, I guess there's damage values. I guess that. Yeah, I mean, I guess that a diamond one's going to do better than this. Power 256 watts. Why is it saying that? Power 256 watts. It's taking the power from here for some reason. So where is that? So I guess when it says power, that means output power at this third line down. Can't actually seem to change this figure, so I don't know why it says that when it says it at the top. But yeah, I mean, I don't know really what else to talk about at this point. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. So thanks for watching. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to talk about here was yeah, previously in the first few episodes, what I actually did was I was unable to get the this mode working, the one input two output, and I've actually got it working with this stuff with the gears. turns out, I believe if I just do it like this, yeah, it seems like, I don't know. Let's see if I can work it out. Do I even need to actually bother with that? Maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see if this configuration will work. I'm pretty sure it was this exact one. Yeah, there you go, you can see. So it's pretty interesting, this. So we get the transducer. So this is the first time I've actually seen basically all the numbers on both sides. We look at this, right? It says it's outputting 960 watts. Look at the total. Look at the total, it's 928. Here it says 944. Look at the total, it's 896. Basically, what I can tell is that it's not. As soon as it says this total, this thing changes. The sum of these two changes. And what is going to up? So we can just look here, can't we? So we'll forget about all the other this stuff to help the gear work. It doesn't really matter. But see if I can just get in here and put the transducer on it, which I can. Yeah, so we are in the perfect spot here. See there it says 720, and it's at 736. Now the total is, say, well, it's still dropping. It's dropping quite fast now. 672. 65. It says 656. It says 672. It's at 640. It says 656. It's at 640. It says 656. It's at 640. It says 640. It's now. You see, as soon as it says it's a lower figure, this drops even further. Which is interesting, because it means maybe the distance thing. Now, another thing that I noticed as well is there are. I actually started reading this whole thing. And what does that mean when it says less and less? Well, I believe it's something to do with. You see, I'm not sure, but I believe it may be possible, and this is kind of the crucial thing. It may be possible to just do sort of simple, like logarithmic functions and be able to work the whole lot of it out. That's the, the TLDR of it. So you haven't got that one, but but anyway, now where is that thing? Let's see if I can find the right section. Yeah. Yeah, because you see, then you can do this. And the fact that it's got tau and omega there is a pretty good sign it's using the exact same like equations that I got straight off Wikipedia. You would think. Now, what the update rate of that is the question. It probably is one. It probably is. You would think, like, every game tick possibly, or it will either be every game tick or every redstone tick. So it can't be too hard to work that out. But you see, once we start using these things, then we can distribute. Yeah, we can make equal sections of it. Yeah. Now, I just got to remember. Unfortunately, I've got to remember where the fucking. I believe I seem to get there before just by pressing the plus button. So we'll try that again. Yeah. You see, the power is almost losslessly traveling. So a very small fraction is lost, I think. But the fact it's almost means that I mean, because no doubt that very small loss is gonna mess up all the reasons to work it out. But fortunately, I don't think. I mean, hopefully it's not going to be anywhere near as complicated as Industrial Craft was, because that was much more complicated than this, from the looks of it. Can I find this fucking page? Probably not. Yeah, I went through here. Yeah, I think I am coming up to it. No? Damn it. Where the fuck is it? Oh, here we go. What was that? Megapascals, I guess. But it doesn't even speak about that. So in theory, none of this shit should matter, because if you've got everything running properly and you let it all, that way, none of that should be important really. Shear, yeah, this is a engineering word. These things don't matter either. The one that I was looking for, these things don't matter either. I mean, I say don't matter, but yeah, it's not build up, so there's no internal storage. So used to be if a load and yeah, you see, and when it says it simply wastes the power that it draws, that's probably why I was still getting the speed, but there was no power listed there. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's another question. So these machines all seem to require nothing, basically. Now, here we go. Problem is you can't. It's so it does. It just seems to. It doesn't seem to be difficult. This maths really. The x in these formulae is the input speed, and the times are in ticks. Oh, okay. So it even tells you. I didn't even read that before. So that's easy to work out, isn't it? One thing I will mention. I actually did. I did a load of logarithms just for a bit of fun. Is that if you want to work out, so once you've got the answer here, the you want to basically work out either side of these equations. So, like for this thing, yeah. So you would basically do something like And keep in mind, so say it took, yeah, I mean, say we took like, like I don't know, 3 seconds or something. Then you do what you do. 3 plus 1 is 4. Then you do log 2 of 4, which is going to be 2. And then you do 900 minus 60, 840 times 2 would be 1280 or something like that. That's how you would do it. Wait, sorry. 2 times 840 is not 1280, is it? 2 times 840 is 1680, but what would that be? What would that mean though? You're getting the time in terms of x. So you're finding out how long this process takes depending on the input speed. To be honest though, it's not that helpful to know that. It's kind of helpful, but I think there's more stuff you could know, which is better. Yeah, there's not enough. There's not quite enough information there. In fact, that's probably the most useless piece of information. Oh, this must be new. This thing. Yeah, so that's pretty useless, unfortunately. I thought there might be more important stuff there. I mean, that's the problem. The problem is that probably most of the information is going to be useless information. All right. Okay, there's another thing I actually wanted to add to gears just before I go here. This is a 16 to 1 diamond gearbox. Look at this figure here. We can see that this is actually the first time I've actually been able to show the shaft junction in being able to split the power from one input to 2 outputs. Now there are a couple of things to note here. One is that when we stand here, if we can just get it on the screen, let's try and see that says the total of those two is, say, it's now 6. Here it says 688, and that's less. It says 672, and then it's 656. It says 656, and it's 640. It says 624, and it's 592. It says 608, it's 592. It says 592, and it's 576. It does something interesting, doesn't it? As soon as this drops, this one drops even further, basically. Okay, that's point 1. Second point is quite interesting, is that it does appear, in a sense, that well, there's certain things you can say. You can say, well, this is getting 16 watts, and all right, not anymore, but we'll forget about that for now. We'll just put it back to the start. Oh, it actually starts at 32 watts there, you can see, and then it goes down to 60. So 16 is 16 times 64 is it says 1/64th of 1024. It did start at 32, which would be 1/32nd. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of these explosions. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Of what is the amount of torque? Because I mean, what does this actually provide in terms of torque? See 4, and here we're getting 1. And this is kind of similar to what I thought might be the case. It kind of seems, and what I've kind of seen, it kind of seems that a quarter goes off to the side, and yeah, 3/4 goes the other way. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, when you look at the numbers, it doesn't look like that, but I mean, what is this eventually going to go down to? Well, maybe I should wait and see what goes down. The problem is it's going to... You know what, let me just make sure it doesn't actually completely finish. So that should be okay now. So it's actually stabilised there now. So what, I mean, maybe it's... I think I kind of, to be honest, looking at it, a lot of it seems to be the powers of 2. So 16 is 2 to the 4. 2 to the 5 is 32. 2 to the 6 is 64. 2 to the 7 is 128. 2 to the 8 is 256. 2 to the 9 112. So we've got 2 to the 4 and 2 to the 9. And then on the torque side of things, we've got 2 to the 0 and 2 to the 5. Well, differences are the same, I suppose, in terms of powers. 5 difference. But yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm not going to focus too much on this. The problem is that what it looks like there's something a little bit more complicated. So it may not really be worth focusing on that particular issue. But we can, I mean, I can look again. So this is a 16-to-1 gearbox. This thing has got 1024 oh, sorry, what am I talking about? This thing outputs. Let me just get the first page of this book out again. Unit of power, energy per unit time. And it said elsewhere that the time was 0.05 seconds, I believe. Now the thing is that force times distance, I don't understand. Because it doesn't seem like distance makes any difference in this. And we've got radians. Now I wonder why we've got these conversions to RPM and degrees. I'm not sure if that makes any difference here. Because you see, the problem is that all you really want to do to get any of the machines to work is to get the numbers what you want them to be. So to get the numbers what you want them to be, you just need a list of the equations, which is unfortunate because of course you don't actually get them. I mean, 16. It's 16 times the power, isn't it? It's 16 times the power and 4 times less. 4 times. 4 times. It's basically 16 times more power, and then 4 times less torque, 16 times less speed. Yeah, the problem is that because I haven't really, I never really looked at this issue of torque before. What was torque again? I keep forgetting what fucking torque issue is. I've never ever thought about it, to be honest. Strength of a turn. Greater torques can exert greater loads. Yeah, I mean that's the thing with these numbers. These numbers are not that difficult. They look like they could be worked out, but like I say, there possibly is some extra obfuscation that I haven't accounted for. If it's not the case, then in theory it should be possible to hold the whole lot of all this stuff, like without really much trouble at all. But yeah, I think I'm gonna. I mean, that's the thing. This is a 16-to-1 unit, and it's torque which is being affected. But it's not really torque, though, is it? Because the only thing that's changing by a factor of 16 is the speed. Well, actually, that's not exactly true, is it? Let me just put down this. There. I mean, yeah, this is a good way to do it, actually. What am I doing? Not that. Yeah, unfortunately, this is now showing this. No, let me. Yeah, if once you put this in, I think it's automatically goes to a damaged state, like almost straight away. Oh, it's already damaged though. No, all right. Let me just turn it off then, just to make sure it takes 0 damage. Alright. No. Can I get into the interface, please? Well, not of that I can't, because that is not what I want to use. You see, and even though I'm sure other things would work just as well, better, it doesn't really matter at this point. Alright, in you go. There you go. Alright, and now let's So that is what we get initially, right? So if we just compare it now, and I'm putting quite a lot of these things down. You shouldn't. I imagine this shit will get better as it goes on, but whatever. So you can see what the. This is another good way to see what the diamond gear actually does. It's in torque mode, so it multiplies the torque by 16. And it multiplies the speed by 1/16. But then you could say that the torque so it's coming in fairly, like fairly weak and fairly fast. It's coming, yeah, you've got to imagine. The problem is, if you compare it to something like sprinting or something, it doesn't really work, because it's like almost the opposite of that. Yeah, you've got to imagine maybe it's coming in a bit like a bird, you know, flying pretty weakly and pretty fast, and it hits the gearbox, and the gearbox, and once it's finished, and once it goes through that process, it's coming in, it comes out like a rhino or something like that. That's the way to look at it. It goes from a bird to a rhino, because the bird is fast and is fast with a low amount of power and strength. It's a bird, but it's fast. But then the rhino is high amount of power and slow. So it's high power and slow, or low power and fast. That's the way to look at it. And yeah. Now, in the case of this thing, there's been a split, and this has been damaged, so I don't want to use it. Let's just turn that off for a minute so I can actually put this thing here. Now you see, I don't actually, yeah, nothing. Well, anyway, now where is? Let me just try and get this thing. Can. Alright, I don't need that for now. There we go. Alright, and we're going to put this back into the shaft junction. We've got it working. It should be perfect now. Now it is. Alright, so there is some loss here. Oh no, is there though? Is there? Because the torque is now, the total of the torque is 64. Maybe there isn't loss. Yeah, the total of the torque is 64. So, and the ratio is 62 to 2. Which is 31 to 1. What is that? Yeah, this is the thing that's not entirely explained. Why these numbers are like this. Because it comes in like we've already established. It comes in like this. You see, it comes in right into the diamond gear like that, and it turns it to 64 so it multiplies the torque by 64. Yeah, so let me just say this one more time. So it multiplies the torque by 64, and then that means that the speed is 1/16 of it. So that's what we're dealing with at the beginning. Once it's come in here, then it goes into the shaft junction, and then things change basically. We end up with different figures basically. We end up with these figures. So the torque still seems to be the same. Yeah, basically the torque is still the same, but the split is very, very different. I mean, this is something that I don't quite understand, why the split is not actually equal. Now, one of the things that I do think though, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. You could say, well, there's 32 equal sections. If there's 32 equal sections, then yeah, that's how it looks really. That's the only way you can really think of it. And then one section goes here, and then the other 31 go the other way. So yeah, basically the way to look at it, I think, is that a lot of the items here you can actually do stuff with. You can start messing with the numbers better, and that is actually something which I actually started to think of doing. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it from here though, but I will have to think about that. But because you see, if you look at the items down here, you can control the torque and speed, so you can do this however you want basically. Yeah, you can select the desired gear ratio. Yeah, but anyway, it's pretty interesting with this stuff. I mean that's just an interesting choice, isn't it? Why that is the case, that this ratio looks like to be the way it is. I mean, yeah, I mean 64 divided by 16 is 4, which is what the original version of the torque is. So this is why the reason this is, yeah, because I mean the reason this is like this is because it times it by 16. Because you see, it starts off at 1024. I mean, you can look at these two numbers as well. These numbers look more comparable, really. Yeah. Well, 32 times 32 is 1024. But then, of course, this is, yeah, it's 5 orders of magnitude lower. Because this is actually only, and it's 1 kilowatt. No, it's larger. Of course, it's larger, the amount of power. Yeah. I have to do some more stuff on the powers as well and explain. But you know what? I think maybe I can get this. We'll see. Alright then. Until next time, thanks for watching.